Alright guys, how are you doing? And welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. One, Facecam is back. And two, we finally have the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio in a Forza game. We've been waiting for this for a very long time. Ever since the sort of middle slash start of Horizon 3, everyone has been begging Turn 10 and Playground to bring this into a Forza game. And it's finally here, along with the Abarth 124 Spider, which is another one of my personal favourite little roadsters slash cars out at the moment. And we've got a bunch of others in the pack as well, but these two I should say, are my favourite, the Abarth and the Alfa. And as you can see on the side there, I have got my channel logo in the game. I spent some time last night to make it, so it is on the design front, just EK Drifter 458, all in lowercase letters. So if you want to rep the channel in your car, guys, then go ahead and do so by downloading it on the design front. But right now, as you can see in the title, I'm going to show you why I personally think this thing is so good. So obviously we've got to start out with the looks. Now, I know a few people don't really like the front, but for me, I think it looks properly aggressive and it looks very beautiful indeed. Now, one thing that not a lot of people might know is that it can do this. It's got a retractable front splitter, which is just awesome. Makes it look even more aggressive. Look at that. Now, I had to go for the blue. Seriously, it looks very nice because every single Alfa Romeo, I'm not going to say the full name, but let's just call it the Giulia. You know what I mean. Every single video that I've seen on it has basically been red or white. I've never really seen a blue one before. Apart from one that was on Top Gear with Chris Harris, it was kind of like a dark blue, but nothing like this, man. But yeah, I had to put the logo on the side because I think it contrasts very well with the cloverleaf, and it's at the back, so it's very nice. Now, you might have noticed that I've also blacked out the wheels. They're not fully blacked out, it's got a sort of semi-gloss vibe on them. It looks very cool. And then around to my personal favourite area of this car, the rear end. Now, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Lexus, like the new modern Lexus style rear ends, especially with this sort of exhaust layout that it's got going on here. I know the Lexus kind of have them stacked, but I like this thing, I really do. The little boot spoiler as well, it's nothing too big, nothing too showy or anything, it's there and it works. I like little spoilers like that which do actually work and you don't have a big massive wallopper of a wing. Looks very good. Got a little bit of a shark fin on the roof there as well. So what we're going to do now is open the bonnet because this thing has a pretty damn gem of an engine, because it's essentially a Ferrari California engine with two cylinders knocked off. It's a 2.9 litre twin turbocharged V6, and I have to say, from the footage from the Grand Tour when Jeremy drove it, oh, it sounds like a peach, let's just say that. Now, I've yet to drive the car, but if it's anything what it was like on the Grand Tour, then I'm expecting great things. So hopping on into the interior, now this does look familiar because I was actually fortunate enough to actually sit in one of these things at the recent Ignition Festival in the summer, and I did not want to get out of it. Really, I mean, you can keep your BMWs, you can keep your Audis. I'd rather go for some Italian flair. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, look at this, all the red stitching and everything. I love the way the dashboard, the way it just flows, and you get the screen integrated right into it. Such a cool design, man, and kind of like the shininess of that gear knob. Oh, and of course, the start-stop button on the steering wheel. I love it. Now, the one thing that I noticed when I actually sat behind the wheel in real life is that the wheel, excuse me, I'm just trying to think of the camera here, the wheel is kind of kinked to the left a little bit. It's not fully face-on like that, it's kind of kinked to the left on the right-hand drive side, which is really weird. I kind of describe it kind of like the Lancia Stratos thing, like the pedals are kind of to the side. That's what it's like with this steering wheel. Not too much as the Stratos, but you get what I mean? It's really weird. I don't know why it is like that. But anyway, I've not heard this yet, so let's fire up the big V6. Yeah, that did not disappoint. I want to hear that again. With the door open, please. Give me more audio. That would be great. What the fuck? No, I don't want to stop the engine. The door! Thank you! Bloody hell, game! Now, go! That is getting so much crackles, man. Yep, I think I might have found one of my new favourite sounding cars in this game. Whoa, now, I think I'm getting a little bit too excited, so I'm going to go ahead, step out of the car, and I'm going to pick a track for this thing, guys. I really, really hope it is going to drive as good as it sounds. Right, so I don't expect any of you to be surprised where I'm going. It's Mugello, yep. We have to come here. I mean, Italian car, Italian track. It's a match made in heaven. Anywho, let's fire up the Giulia and get going. Oh, it immediately gets a lot of points for the noise for me. A little bit of a burnout to warm up the tyres. I'm just warming up my tyres. That always reminds me of Lee Evans when I say that. I'm just warming up my tyres. But anyway, you know the drill. First lap, we are going to be testing it out. Just taking it easy, seeing how it goes. The brakes, pretty sturdy, man. Now, normally in Italian cars in this game, they're kind of weak on brakes, and it's normally the American cars which have pretty good brakes. But this thing, I'd say it's on par, if you know what I mean. It's definitely good, but not the best. The weight transfer, you could definitely feel that in this thing. I mean, it's not a small thing. It's 3,822 pounds, or if you're here in Scotland and the UK, that is 1,733 kilograms. So she's not the lightest of the bunch. Let's just say that. Coming down in the third gear corner here. Now, I've been actually on the career mode for the past few nights, guys, when I've not been recording, and I've cleaned up my driving style, I think, a little bit. I've been not as heavy on the throttle going through the corners, which I hope you're noticing right now. But that may very well be down to the supreme capabilities of this car, and I think I'm going to go on that perspective. So yeah, apart from the handle in front, which I'm actually really, really enjoying right now, as I said, this thing is a 2.9 litre twin turbocharged V6 engine pumping out 506 horsepower, and it suddenly wants to get sideways. I'm not doing that till the next lap. Jeez Louise. That's a good sign though. That's a good sign. But it's also got 442 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds, and in the game it has a top speed of 197 miles an hour, and yet again in real life that is more around 190, 191. So yeah, first lap impressions, nice and smooth, not a lot of body roll for the weight that it actually has. So into the interior view for the next lap. Let's see if we can get a little bit more hooney going on right here. Kinda brapping right off the rev limiter, but nice and level through the drifts, I like that. Flicking it in a little bit of the clutch. I think it's just the turbos, man. We kinda need it a little bit more higher up the rev range for them to kick in, because getting into third gear there, it feels like no one's home at the lower rev range. Jeez Louise. Let's flick it in, flick it in. Look at the flick of the Alfa. Look at the flick of the Alfa. Nah, man, it definitely needs that extra punch out of them corners there, man. But yeah, again, that's kind of what you expect with the turbocharged motor, don't you? There has to be some lag at least, unless it's like one of the brand new mental hypercars, which just eliminates turbo lag. I don't know why I said that dead weird there, turbo lag. My brain just had a mindfuck moment. But yeah, in the game it costs 120,000 credits, which is okay. It's not the cheapest car in the game, but it's still relatively okay for what it is. And in real life, here in the UK, one of these things, if you want to get it at quite a good spec, is around about 59,000 to 60,000 pounds, which is a little bit more expensive than a BMW M3, but I would honestly take one of these things over an M3 in a heartbeat, because this has way more soul and passion behind it. And I know I'm saying that, and it's an Alfa Romeo, and that's kind of like the thing that goes together with them, but it's true. Why separate something when it is true about it? The soul and passion behind this thing is so... It's just so... It's so there, man. It's just so there. And another thing you can see right here is that it puts a massive, massive smile on your face when you're doing things like this. Oh, it was a little bit wide, but we held on. We did hold on soldierly right there. But I would just say this thing is a true return to form for Alfa Romeo. I know a lot of people have said that, but it really is, because over the past few years, what have we really had? We've had the Giulietta, which is, don't get me wrong, is a nice looking car and it is not a bad little hatchback, but the Joie de Vivre is kind of been away from Alfa Romeo for a little bit. The 4C is a lot of fun, right, but I think it was just missing something. But this thing, yeah, it's right in there. Something that more people could get into, because it's obviously like a 4-door saloon. You can get your family in here and everything. And yeah, it's got 506 horsepower. So, your family are gonna love this thing, man. Family are gonna love it. And any petrolhead out there that does have a family and owns one of these things gets a massive, massive thumbs up from me, because you're still following your passion, aren't you? And you're like, fuck the reliability, I want a fun car. I don't care if the door falls off. I don't care if it can't carry baby seats. Just, I want to have some fun with the kids in the back. Just make them throw up. And the fact as well, it's essentially what a Ferrari saloon would be. I mean, if they're ever going to make a Ferrari saloon, I don't know if they are. I know they're in talks about making an SUV at the moment, and I think that's coming out around about 2019, I think it is. It's meant to be competing with the Lamborghini Urus, which I think the Urus is just going to dominate the Ferrari one, because if you say you've got a Lamborghini SUV, you're automatically in freaking just pure baller mode. You really, really are. There's a couple of corners here. Third gear. It's just, it needs a little bit more boost at the blooming mid-range, man. That's the only flaw I've got so far. Now, talking of SUVs, Alfa themselves have just brought out the Stelvio, which I have to say, great name, named after the Stelvio Pass, obviously. And they're bringing out a Quadrifoglio version of that as well, with the same engine as this thing. And there has been a lot of talk about that thing going around the Nürburgring and kind of shattering the SUV time, which has kind of caused a little bit of controversy. What is it with Italian car makers and the Nürburgring lap times kind of causing I can't even say that word, controversy? There we go. Bloody hell, that was a tongue twister and a half right there, but you know what I mean, like the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, that was kind of getting some, kind of like some slick for freaking getting round faster, I believe, than a 918, which is bonkers. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on the Stelvio? I actually kind of like it, and I have seen one roaming around recently in my town, which is very, very nice. It's obviously just the normal one, because the Quadrifoglio isn't out yet. I believe it's next year it's coming out, or later this year. We've only got a couple of months to go until the new year anyway, but yeah, it's a really, really cool looking thing, and I'd like to see what Alfa do with it. I hope it sells well and gets them more sales and everything, therefore meaning more sports car for us enthusiasts. But in terms of the future of Alfa's sporting credential and their kind of like sports cars, I'd love to see a return of the Spider, like a proper like little Italian roadster, not the 4C Spider, like a proper front engine rear wheel drive little roadster, kind of competing with the 124 Spider and the MX-5, but have it proper Alfa built, not like the Fiat. As much as I love it, don't kind of share your platform with another car, just go full Alfa, man, definitely. So then, the big question, has the Alfa been worth the wait? And as I'm sure you can see by my reactions, it is a massive yes. Thank you, Turn 10, for finally bringing it in. It is a big relief for me that it came in the first pack, even though I think it should have been in the game from the start, but that's a totally different subject for another video. But anyway, it's just great. That's all I've got to say. I can't describe it any more in words because I would ramble on forever, even more than I already have done. Just the colour, the looks, the noise, just the handling. If you haven't got the car already, guys, get it now. That's an order. That's an order now from your captain. Go and get it. But yeah, I'm going to round it off here. Let me know what you make of the Giulia in the comment section below. And if you want them logos, as I said, it is on the design storefront. EK Drifter 458, all lower caps.